Welcome to DIDADEE webinar. We are currently in Malaysia, and welcome everyone. I can see that today we have friends from Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia, I guess. So welcome everyone. Today in a 2-hour webinar, we'll be sharing about our insights based on our experience that we have been digital agency for Chinese market for Southeast Asia client for more than 10 years. We'll be sharing some of the insights and why you have to get into China platforms in order to make a long-term brand building and also to reach China clients. There are some reasons why and how to do and what to do is the best for your business and also for your brand. Today we did have property clients and also education client with us. Basically, we have combined these two presentations together because we think that when we talk about China market, for education and property prospect, actually there's a lot of similarity. And we think that for property and for education, you need to work together to, promote your brand and services to China market. So today, in a 2-hour webinar, we will be sharing for education line and for property line, how it is so similar and how you can actually reach China audience in a better way, and also at the long term, get yourself a very big benefits. Okay, so if you have any question along the way, please feel free to use the chat function to share me any questions that you have. And also at the same time, there's a Q&A session button at this Zoom meeting. So you just feel free to put in your Q&A and I will answer whenever that I am convenient. Okay, so there's 2-hour webinar today, so please stay with us. Thank you. So without any further ado, let us start our webinar today. Okay, so firstly, I will share about today's agenda. It will be a 2-hour workshop. So basically, we will in few things. The first thing is to introduce ourselves to you, to let you know who are us. Secondly is how COVID-19 actually impact the world tourism market this year, and why that world tourism market is so important for education and property market right now, because we know that traditionally there's a lot of property agents and developers or education institutions, they are going to China market based on agents and also their own visit to the country from time to time. We know that there's a lot of developer and also education institutional. You are going to, like China, maybe every each quarter of the year, just to attend their road shows, attend their fairs, and also to keep in touch with the agents to help you to sell your products and services. But unfortunately, when COVID-19 actually did impact the world tourism market, it make people feel hard to go to China again. So whenever in this year, how can you actually proceed to keep continuously to target to China market? This is a very important thing, and we'll show you how later. Secondly, we will share about like the current Southeast Asia property and education market. Why is it so attractive to China buyers? What is the top reason, and what is the main age group that you should actually target to? Because we understand that based on our client experience, basically when they talk about target to China market, they are actually aiming the users which is higher age group. But surprisingly, based on the finding later, you'll find that actually the people that looking for overseas properties is not that old that you think. It is much more younger than you think, and the prospect that they are thinking about maybe is something that you haven't think before. So if you want to target to China market, maybe that is the market that you actually should target in. Thirdly, why to focus in China market digitally? Because this is a very main thing to share with today. There's a lot of way for you to target China market. You can go through agent, you can go through, visit yourself there. But why we must suggest you to go digitally? There is some reasons that we think for you in terms to target your brand or to target the users in long term. Digital is the best way because it helps you to save a lot of costs and give you a long-term benefits. So for the reasons I'll share why later. Also the platform to introduce. When you are going to China, of course, when maybe you are in China yourself, you can find that there's a lot of platform to choose from. Basically, Google, Facebook, YouTube, everything is out in China. You couldn't use them to connect with China users. So basically, you need to use the China platforms. But when there's so many platforms to choose from, which is actually the platform most suitable to you and more suitable for your brand building businesses? So here we also share with you some of the platforms that you need to focus on and why is the reason. So lastly, we will be sharing the key points to focus on property and education industry for next year. So here is the agenda for today. Of course, there's a Q&A session at the end of the day, but not to forget, to join our webinar today, for all the attendees today, we have actually, as an agency, we have prepared a very, very special promotion for you, and I will reveal the promotion price at the back. So it means that whenever you want to go into China market, normally we think that the price is so expensive, you know, I don't know how the results it would be. So it would, you know, worries you a little. But today we're going to help you to use a very reasonable price, very, very low budget to enter, so that you can start to see how is it the China market to you. And whenever you get ready, then only that you start to spend a little more budget and a little more budget in those China platforms that we suggest to you today. Okay. So firstly, nice to meet you. We are DIDADEE. I'm Yin Tong. I'm the Executive Director of DIDADEE. To introduce our company to you first, we actually already been in the market for 17 years. Okay, so basically what we do is we are a one-stop digital marketing agency to help our clients to target China and also Southeast Asia Chinese market. Because we know that when we come to Southeast Asia, we have a lot of different language. Like in Malaysia, we have English, Malay, we have Chinese. But when we go to Thailand, we have Thai. We go to Vietnam, we have different languages. We go to Indonesia, we have different languages. But if let's say that today you need to target China market, especially Chinese market, Hong Kong market, Taiwan market, I would suggest that Mandarin is the most important language that you need. That is the only language that you can use to target China market. So that's why we are here. We can help you to, you know, like connect yourself, your brand, your services together with China market. Make them understand about your brand, understand about your services, and then engage you in long future. So what our key businesses basically is three main parts. Firstly is social media. When we talk about social media in China, it is much more important compared to other countries in the world. Why is it so? It's because China is a group of people that they really need engagement and they need responses a lot. So if you have been to their e-commerce platform named Taobao or Tmall, you can see that mostly when you ask them question, right, even in the midnight, 12 a.m., they are able to reply you. Okay, basically China people, when they ask the answer, they ask a question, they actually expect to get the answer in a very quick way. So social media is a very important platform for them, you know, to find the answers and also to engage with the brand directly. That's why that compared to website, we have a lot of clients, they have said to us like, you know, should I build a website, you know, to reach Chinese market? I will always say that compared to you that you build a very complete website in China, which it costs you a lot of time and a lot of cost, I would suggest to build a social media first. Because whenever you have a social media, you can update your content regularly, and also that you can engage with the users very regular as well. That's why we are the official partner of Weibo and WeChat. We can help you to acquire official account, have an official page, and then also to deliver the content to China users from time to time. This is what we do mainly. Secondly, besides Weibo and WeChat, there's a lot of important platforms that we can find in China, like Baidu, which is the Google in China. We have Mafengwo, we have TikTok, that is very popular right now. We have C3, we have a lot of different platforms that we are looking into. So if you would like to advertise, you know, in those platforms, or maybe you need to run some marketing services with those big platforms, we actually have quite a lot of connection as well to help you to get on those platforms very easily. Thirdly, we also do have creative services because there's a lot of our clients always that when they want to go to China market, right, they will share us their materials and they say that, okay, this is our materials in English, in Thai languages, or in Malay. So you just, like translate it and help us to put in China. That's all. But for us, what we think is if you really want to target the China market, you need to create a different set of materials to suit China market. You couldn't just translate. And sometimes even our clients are using Google Translate directly. And even China people, they couldn't understand what you are meaning. So this is very important when you do the creative services. Let's say that you shoot a video, to do a video that people could understand. That is very important for China market because whenever you have a video, it is much more easier for you to communicate. Let's say that you have 3,000 words to tell them. But with the 3 minutes video, you can explain to your potential users or your potential customers very easily. And what we can help you to do is including the idea creation, the video shoot, and then also the whole script writing, and then also the Chinese voiceover. We help you to handle all to make sure that you have the Chinese version of your videos and your materials at the end of the day. So it's easier for you to target Chinese market in the long run. And within this 17 years that we have been in this industry, our target is mainly from travel and tourism, education and property industry. Those are our clients. Here I'll like to share with you some of our clients that already been with us for quite some long time. We have clients like government bodies, like airports. We have hotels, that is most of our clients. It has been badly affected this year, but still there's a lot of hotel with us. We have malls, like you can see that, like Pavilion, Gateway in airport, and also like Asiatic in Thailand. We have property clients like E&O, Eco World, KSK. We have education bodies like Monash, Sunway University, MSU, there's with us. We also have some products clients as well. So basically our services have been covered a lot of industry, and we have a very deep of the knowledge and expertise for you when you want to go to China market. And that's why we believe that we can help you. If let's say that you are really serious about China market, you really want to get into there, but you don't know what to do, always feel free to come to us because we definitely have a way for you. Okay. So now when we talk about like how COVID-19, we know that the COVID-19 actually start, like last year, and it actually badly affected us in the first quarter of the year. So how is it? As you can see that at the first quarter of the year, the world tourist arrival has been declined for about 22% for Q1, and even for Q2 and Q3, it is much more and much more worse. So what we can see is there's impact is 100% of the destination currently is with travel restrictions. And what we know that is, especially for properties and also for education, normally you go to get your clients and get your prospects and meet your students or meet the buyers, face to face. And this actually help to impact a lot in your business, because whenever there's with travel restrictions, you're not allowed to fly over. So that is why that digital comes in, because whenever there's restrictions, you need to find another way, because business still go on, right? You still need to think of, even with this situation, how can I reach my potentials? How can I meet my clients and everything? So that's why we still think that, even though we think that the world will get normalized in 2021, but we still think that, it's with a new norm. It is not possible for your brand and your school to fly to China that often again, even that there's very important trip that you need to make, but it is not always that you can do the trip. That is why that digital is very important, because whenever you use digital, no matter you are in China or not, you are still able to get in touch with your potentials and then your clients and even your agents. So this is very important. If you want to look for more new agents in China, there is no need for you to fly there over and over again anymore, because you can get it digitally and it could help your business very well. So I would say that new norm is a key word for this year especially, and it's a time for us to rethink, besides than the traditional strategy that we have been used in past few years of past 10 years, is there any way for us to use different way or use a more advanced way to target a new market. Okay. So here is some of the countries that we look at Southeast Asia. Currently, the international arrivals, basically 10 of us are under strict control right now. So basically, how when they want to come to the country for education wise, or maybe to buy a property, normally for a China tourist, they will come here to travel themselves, you know, to look around at the surrounding, to look around at the country to see that whether they like it or not, or even they will pay visit to the school before they want to enroll into the school. This is how it often happen right now. Okay, but currently when the border is closed and it is not possible for the people, the users, to travel to your country or to your school or to your property showroom anymore, is it any way for you to show them what you have right now in your country? That is possible. I would say that by video is the most direct one. We have clients, you know, like they shoot some video, they give a very direct room tour for the tourists and the users in China, and it actually get a lot of engagement. Like, you know, after I look at the showroom, I feel interested, and so I want to know more, and after that I can keep in touch with the people. And we also do have some universities that they actually you know, like launch their Chinese video right now to give them the reasons why they need to study in this school, you know. And after the 3 minutes video introduction, it actually gains more than 100 of inquiries coming in, you know, just to ask how that they can enroll. Is it any minimum marks, marks for them, you know, to enroll to the school, and they want to know, to get the brochures and everything. So this is how that you can use a little bit of materials, you know, videos especially, to attract people to follow with you. Okay. So reasons to buy overseas property, I would say that for this last 5 years, we can see that we have a lot of property clients with us that they also can see the boost in China buyers that buying the properties, and also the China students that coming to Southeast Asia country for study. Okay, so first we will explain property first, because whenever there's education that coming in, property follows. When there's property purchase needs there's also followed by the education. So this is why that properties and education always linked together. It is a place that you cannot, you know, like I just push property, I don't care about education, or I just, you know, push my universities, but I don't care about the properties. That actually is a kind of a linkage. Okay, so the reasons to buy overseas property, especially in Southeast Asia, basically is China government has been, because China have too many populations and everyone to buy house in first tier cities. So what China government think is China houses are used for living, but not for investment. That's why there's a lot of restrictions on domestic real estate. Like if you want to buy the second house, there's a lot of things that you need to follow, a lot of taxes that you have to pay, and you have limited purchase as well. Because even that you have the money, you couldn't buy, you know, more than few properties, because for them that is not for investment, that's actually for your own stay. So basically this is why when they have additional budget, they will start to think about the overseas real estate market. So basically, what is the reason that they would think about to buy overseas property? You can see based on this chart that provided from China, which is 71% is just for investment. Okay, 23% of them is actually for education. Let's say that they are a young parents and they want to send their child to international school. So that this is how that they will select the international school first, then after that they will select the properties to buy, you know, in nearby or in neighborhood. Medical is basically for the retirees, because maybe currently is they are in their 40s and they want to retire in 50 overs, but they think that in China that is too happening for them to stay in China for retiring. And also, of course, the cost of living is very high. That's why they would think about the medical when they want better medical. Well, Southeast Asia currently actually have a very good medical reputation, especially when you talk about Thailand and also Malaysia or Singapore especially. So whenever they want to choose for those prospects, they will start to think about, you know, it's time for me to buy properties overseas. So for me, in the long run, I can use that. But why Southeast Asia? Because when we talk about, of course, there's a lot of people want to move to US, UK, but because US, UK are giving more restriction nowadays, and also that the people are actually getting into UK and US are more from first-tier cities, like what we can see is from Guangdong and Shanghai and from Beijing. Okay, they are those group of people with highest purchasing power. But currently we can see that there's a lot of young people, I would say that from 30 to 49 years old, which they are young parents, and also that they are still in their middle age, that they are thinking that, okay, it's time for me to invest, but maybe I'm not planning to invest, you know, in UK and US, but they are preferred a nearer destination. That's why Southeast Asia for them is a very important thing, especially when they think about their kids. They think about, you know, for the education part, it's much more easier for them to get back to China and come back again, because most of those businessmen that actually having business in China, they still have business in China, so they want a place that, you know, can let them fly in and out very frequently, and Southeast Asia is basically one of the best place for them to come here and there. Also, that when we talk about education, there's a lot of international school in China are overpriced. If you have been, you know, like asking the price of the international school in China, especially in first-tier cities, you know that this is crazy, because it's not possible like for a normal person to enroll in. So that's why there's a lot of Chinese buyers, when they want to send their kids to international schools, they won't think about the China international school. They would think of overseas international schools, because in China, you know that in education there's one thing called Gaokao, which is a very main exam for the China people, especially for the China students. And that is a very, I would say that the pressure is pretty big, because based on the results that you have, it actually decided which school that you can get into, and also that how is your future, I would say. You know, but for current the parents, they don't want their kids to pressure that much. So what can they do is, firstly, they will send their kids to international schools, and after that, you know, into foreign universities, okay, that help them to actually skip the Gaokao part. And also that whenever they send to international school, they could enroll back into China university using another way. So it's not like, you know, you engage in a China exams and then you get into China universities, but you use as a international school students to get into China universities again. So this way is much more easier for the China parents to send their kids into the China universities, much more easier. Of course, the foreign university is very popular for China parents too, because for them it's like a university overseas. It can actually help, you know, the kids to gain more experience. Also, that whenever they have some good facilities, they can think about, you know, like really let their kids to work overseas in future, or maybe you know, back to their business to help them in future back in China. So when the education in China is overpriced, most of the parents, when they want to send the kids to overseas, they will always think Southeast Asia as a main place to go, because this the price of the international school here, or the education, I would say that even with the 5-star education institution in Malaysia, the cost compared to China education still is very affordable. That's why we think that for education, if let's say that you really have a good environment, you really have a very good, you know, like teachers, and then you know, this is the thing that you should promote to China people, to let them know that, you know, why you should choose us, because of all these elements that we have here. We can help your kids, you know, to get a lot of different experience. And this is why that for the cross-border buyers, the reasons that they want to buy a property overseas is because 3 main things. The first thing is about the price is affordable. The second one is because of the education prospects, that the school environment here is good, and also the cost of living is low. And then the third one, of course, is for retirement. So when we talk about retirement, medical is very important as well. So whenever the Southeast Asia country, you have more affordable medical services for the China people, this also is one of the reasons why they want to come to our country for for investment and also to buy the properties. So there's one very important thing that we can look into is the Chinese investor are not as old as you think. It's basically start from 30 years old to 49 years old. They have been start planning about the future. Okay, so those are the people that we should actually target. And where are those people? I would say that currently for the people in 30 years old, basically they are from 80s or 90s. Okay, so so the people from 80s or 90s is basically all on social media. So how that you can reach them effectively, I would say that online is the best way, because in China there's 600 over cities. You're not going to go through every cities, run all roadshows in all the cities, but through digital you can always target the main cities that you want to target. Okay. So I can see that there is already some of the questions that have been sending in. So please feel free to read, leave your Q&A, and then also via chat for me if you have any questions. So once you leave it to me, then later I will have when I have time, I will do a reply for you. Okay. So next. Okay, of course, there's a reason to go overseas. Just now when we talk about the budget is one of the very important thing. So when we talk about Southeast Asia, we can have a look at the average price of each city for the property that we have looking into. So basically, for cross-border real estate investor, based on the study from China property websites, okay, each of the investor, the budget they are having from 1 million renminbi to 3 million renminbi. So currently, the people that with this kind of budget actually accounting for 67% of the total population in China, which is just now what I shared is from 30 to 49 years old. But however, the home prices in Southeast Asian countries are mainly range, from 11,000 RMB per meter square until 32,000 RMB, I would say. But of course, if there's a lot of luxury properties clients today here, then maybe your price will be slightly higher than that. But I would say that mostly of our clients' budget is still within 3 million RMB right now. So I think if, let's say, you are target to this group of people in China, it will be, for them easily that they can think about, is within their budget, so not to worry. And of course, this price, why I would say that it's very affordable for China people is basically, this is the house price similar to second tier cities in China. Because like, when you look at a house price for Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou in China, which is the first tier cities, right? And then, actually, the current price that we have in Southeast Asia is more similar to their second tier cities price. So it means that this price is basically very affordable to them. And then also when you think about the taxes, the fees, and then even that you need to take the visa for each country, like let's say that in Thailand, you have Thailand visa that you can buy. In KL, you have, in Malaysia, you do have your visa as well. So include all these charges, it is still much more affordable when they want to buy a property in China. Okay, so that is why that a lot of properties, they start to go overseas. But if let's say that your property budget is within this area, this is how that we can welcome you into China market, because this is the market that you definitely should go for. Okay. And education is important because just now when we said about there's a lot of parents, the young parents that are within 30 years old and 49 years old, okay, and this is the education facilities that they need to look at, because mainly they want to move to overseas is because of their kids. I want to give my kids a more comfortable environment and a more better education environment for them. That's why this is how they want to come to overseas for their kids. So there's a lot of cases in China that you can see now is we can say is like the mother, they will come with their kids. When the kids enroll in a international school, the mother will come with the kids and then to stay in the international school neighborhood, just to accompany their kids to study in overseas. So this is what that we actually what we can see in our clients. So you can see that there's a high correlation between the elite schools, because they think that if you stay around these school areas, it will help your kids to build more more better growing environment. This is what I said. Okay, and of course the college town is very attractive because whenever, let's say that in Malaysia, in Thailand, or in Indonesia, even in Vietnam, there's certain of the cities or certain of the places there's with a lot of high top-notch international schools, also top-ranking universities. If you, let's say that you are selling properties, of course you need to, you know, like include this kind of information to let people know that if you're staying with us, you know, the school and universities just around us, then it is very easily for you to arrange the schooling for your students. If let's say that if you are an education institution, let's say that you are a university or you are international school, you need to promote yourself. You know, we are in this college town and we are very well known in our education, so you should come to us. And this is how it could help each other. So today we're going to focus more, besides the universities that is very important already, also the international schools are on the rise in Southeast Asia. We can see that in the 2019, currently in the whole world, we have about 5.1 million children actually studying, enrolling into international schools. And we foresee that there will be 7 million of students that will study in international schools in 2023. So with the rise of the needs of international schools, okay, this is a time that we should promote to China very aggressively, because you know the needs are coming up and up. So if let's say that you don't promote now, when everyone already promoted, then a bit too late. Okay, when we talk about this, in particularly, I'm talking about Malaysia, because Malaysia has been increasing a lot of you know, students enrolled in premium English medium international school. For now, it's about 71,000 over that, and based on Thailand and Indonesia, there's more than, you know, like 180 schools and 190 schools as well. So basically, how can you stand out from this all school? Because when we search about social media in China, we still see that the number of international schools on this social media are very, very little. We can't see a lot. Maybe I would say that maybe just 2% of the international school are really, you know, using social media to promote yourself. So I think the number is still a little bit low, is in a very early stage. So I would say that if let's say that you're very confident in the school, that you know in your international school or in your university, you should always come to Weibo and or WeChat, you know, try it out to see that whether you can find any further prospects or not. This is very important, because the earlier that you build the brand, the earlier that you can, you know, see the results. So there's one question just now. He's asking that when you said by joining international schools overseas, the China students have another way of entering China U other than Gaokao pathway. What actually do you mean? Yes. Yeah, I'm meaning about the taking the Huaqiao Sheng Kaoshi. Yes, you are right. Because currently there's a lot of let's say that the normal way that China students, they want to get into, you know, Gaokao, when they want to get into a you know, the first ranking school like Beijing University or Tsinghua University, they will of course need to go to this Gaokao. But after that, there's a lot of students currently, when they go to overseas, they are actually using the Huaqiao Sheng Kaoshi to enter they didn't enter the Gaokao, they just use the Huaqiao Sheng Kaoshi and use the results to get into the school. So that is a different way for them to join in. But of course, this is one of the main way that they are using right now. And the second way is whenever they send their kids to international school, they basically are planning to send them to foreign university as well. So for them, Gaokao is not the only way for the students, you know, to get into the top-notch universities or anymore. There's a lot more other ways to do it. But of course, for me, I would think that if let's say that you have in international school, there is a best way that you can, you know, enroll to the foreign university. That is much more important. Yeah. So there's more way for you to choose about. Yeah. But Casey, I think what you are meaning is actually right. So basically, for them to study in an international school is basically to skip the Gaokao way. Okay, because Gaokao is really a very stress things. So whenever for them, for the kids that they believe that English is very important for their kids as well, they want them to be grown in an international environment. These are the main points that we should target whenever we have content and we want to deliver to the users in China about what is the important part of our international school or our education institutions. Those are the points that we need to be delivered to them. But of course, if you talk about this way, for this way, we are not able to publicly, announce in online. That is, not so recommended. So it's just that you know that there's this way that can help the international students. Okay. So for currently Southeast Asia property and education, we have been worked with a lot of different property and education institutions for our agency in past few years. So those are the situations that we have been looking into. So you can see that whether you are one of them that using the current way for overseas property or foreign universities to attract potentials. So firstly, of course, the most traditional way is that you engage your China agents to sell for you. Okay, that is used with a lot of China property, overseas property, and also universities. You always look for agent in, or work with the agency in China to sell for you. But here come up questions whenever you use this way is brand is very important. Because whenever we talk about, let's say that we talk about the universities in Malaysia, there is like 100 of universities to choose from. Why I need to have your universities? So branding is very important. If let's say that you already have some branding that have been built, in China platforms, they already know about you. They will come to look for you. Okay, but if let's say that you does not make any marketing efforts in this market yet, you need to give them a lot of reasons why I want to sell for you. And then whenever if you don't do any marketing before, the commission that the agents request might be higher than what you think, because they would think that I still need to help you to promote the brand, I still need to push a lot, do a lot of effort for your brand. So that's why that they will inquire a higher commission rates. So this is why we think that if let's say that you have your own brand, you have your own page, you can actually reach the potentials directly. With your own team, you can follow up it very directly, and also that you can make it as a window for the users to look for you. And after that, if you want to pass it to agents, because agents might close it better, it is okay. But still, that you have a direct window. If there's anything happen, you can always know from the social media. Okay. Secondly, the normal way that you use is always joint fairs, roadshows, conference in China cities. Okay, this is what I see most of our partners and our clients, they are using this way. And I would say that this is a very good way because is very direct. You can see the prospect directly, and then also that you can know their feedback very fast, and so you can know that what is the response to your school and also your property, right? But consider about the cost is actually a very high cost. Even that you are sending 1 or 2 person in a team to go to China cities, first is a very limited time. The main time that you can go, even I think when you send a team, you couldn't send them for like longer than a month, right? Even for a month, you need them to run a lot of cities, maybe just touch and go. So maybe for 1 week that I have been there, I need to run for 3 cities, but it actually, China is too big to focus on food. Secondly, we are also not allowed to do it so frequent, because every year you have so many countries to target. That's not possible for you to just focus in one market and sending one people, just keep going and going and going, right? So this is especially when you have COVID, and then you have a lot of restriction here, so it is so hard for you to continuously do the same thing ever. The third part is engage with China main properties or education channels. This one, we have a lot of clients are doing this as well. Like there's a lot of property channels in China, or properties influencers, educational influencers, or maybe main channels in China, like S.E.A, like Tencent, but this one is what I could say is more to a short-term effect. Whenever you do the collaboration with them, in short term, you can see there's a lot of prospect coming in. You can see that there's a lot of potential and a lot of inquiries. But after that, after you don't work together with them, then you need to find another way, or you need to start another collaboration with them as well. To keep doing those kind of collaboration, it actually spend a lot, and also that you need a lot of different effort. You know, you need a lot of different gimmick to just run the campaign, to make sure that the campaign is attractive enough. So I would say that, you know, why not, when you want to do a marketing budget, think it in a long-term way. What things that can actually help you in a long term, but it's not just, you know, a one pitch, that's all. You know, so long term is very important, because whenever you can do it in a longer term, it get you a better results in the long term. So it will continuously give you some of the feedbacks. Lastly, recommendation by customers. You know, after you have been, you know, like looking for China agents for you, running the conference road shows in China, and also they engage with the channels, you basically get customers. And when you get customers, customer get customers. So this is like, you know, a community. So you can get the recommendations. But once you have those recommendations, actually those are the very important testimonials that you need to share on social media, to let people know that, you know, why people must trust you. This is a very important way to build trust, because most of the China people, they also need to look for a trustable partners, or they want to look for a trustable education institutions, or maybe a trustable properties developer to look to, you know, to buy things from. So if let's say that you already have a lot of clients that are happy or satisfied with your services, or you have been studying in your school, they are very happily, you know, like experiencing the things that you have. If you do not have a digital channel to share all those things out, means that your effort is everything offline only, but you couldn't make your effort, you know, like multiply it into, you know, a bigger aspect of a bigger effect. So I would say that if let's say that you have a digital channel yourself, whenever you get the recommendations by customers, or, you know, they really do some recommendations, and whenever the friends of the customers want to look for more information, it is very important for you to have a home base, to let them see, okay, if thank you for interested in me, if you want to look for more information, just feel free to come to my social media channel, and if you want to ask more questions, you can just directly come to me. Those are a more professional way, and also a more direct way for you to reach your customers, and they can actually have a look in everything that you have first, and after they have a look, then they will have questions for you. It's no need for your salesperson to, you know, like study all over again since 101. It's taking a lot of time, and you don't know that what they're actually looking for. So it's best that you have an own digital channel yourself. So basically, there's certain key points for education and properties that I will share based on our agency experience that we share with you. Firstly, I have a lot of clients that are coming to us to say that, okay, I'm going to start the China marketing today. So what can I get in 3 months? Yeah. So, but basically, this is normally the question that we will get from our clients. But firstly, there's a thing that we need to share is no matter for education or property, the buying cycle for this industry is actually very long. When there's a long, there's a lot of things that you need to think about whenever before that before that you really go into the final purchase. Let's say that today you're going to buy a home, or you want to study in certain school in your own country domestically. It will take you quite a lot of time, maybe 3 to 6 months to decide, right? When you want to buy house, you need to go to visit the showroom, at least go to check out about the area, and then also look about different sale properties, and then to make comparisons, and then after that, ask about your surroundings, whether there's any people have experienced the same thing, or what you think about the project. There's a lot of key points, or a lot of things that you want to consider when you want to buy a property or education to choose for a school for your kids, right? So those are the reasons why that you need to have a digital channel yourself, because you need to put all those reasons and all those main points that you are highlighting into your channels, because you can't be telling the customers that every time, maybe when you meet your clients, you have 1 hour or 2 hours with them, but you're not with them like 1 or 2 months, but maybe the whole buying cycle will take a very long time. That's why your own digital channel is very important, because that is the where that they can constantly get your updates and the reasons, and also the points that you're highlighting. So this is very important. It might not happen in a short term, but in the long run, I would say that when you have more and more content developed there, that is more and more trustable for the client as well. This is very important, because whenever I buy a buy a property or I want to study in a school, I want to make sure they have more reputable and they have, the really thing that they are looking into. So I'm not able to justify it within 1 or 2 hours, but I need to do more research. And from where I can do the research, firstly, mainly is from your social media, because let's say that your social media has been run for a year. I have a year of content to look into. And I also can see other users when they tag you, they talk about you, what are the online testimonial about you. That is very important. So I would say that the buying cycle is long, but if your brands and products are good enough, they will eventually come to you. This is the thing that we could assure, because we have a lot of clients that they have run their marketing. They might not see results in the first half year, but in currently, maybe after they run for more than 1 or 2 years, they actually constantly, even that you don't advertise, you can see the inquiries are coming in, organically. That is very automatic thing that we can see right now. Secondly, language is a barrier but not a block, especially for the clients in Southeast Asia, because we are mainly, besides Malaysia, I would say, mainly for other countries, most of the people are using, their own country language to communicate, or they're not using Mandarin as well. So language is a barrier when you get into China market. But I would say that there's a lot of way. I even see that one of my clients, right, when they keep in touch with the China clients, they are using the apps, to do the translation with the China buyers, and then after that to close the deals. I would say that for those, language is a barrier, but you can always find a way to overcome it, maybe by hiring a Chinese personnel that know Mandarin, or maybe that you hire the agency that can help you to deliver Chinese content, or maybe to deliver constantly in Mandarin, so that it can help you to cut down the communication problem between there. The third one, very important thing, is Chinese live in a totally different digital world. So when we talk about if you want to connect to China people, website is not that important, because they don't normally go to a website. A complete website with 20 pages, 30 pages for them is too bulky, too long time to search for everything. It takes a lot of time just to find the information I wanted. So I'd just rather go to social media to check on the key points that you delivered to me. So basically, no matter it's for Weibo or WeChat, it always serves like a mini website or a mini newsletter for the clients to actually get more details from you. This is why we keep constantly saying that Weibo and WeChat is very important, because if you want to reach them, basically Weibo and WeChat is either one the channel that you must select and you cannot forego. So when you actually can like survive through the buying cycle, the buying cycle, like you can hang in there for like half a year or 1 year, and you aggressively like promote your highlights, your main highlights, and also the reasons why I need to study with you, or the main reasons, like, and the results that you have, then actually once you got one of your customers can bring you a lot, because Chinese people mainly is a huge community. Once they stay with you, they experience the best thing from you, or they study in your school. Once they experience the good thing, it actually recommend more and more people from their circle to come to you as well. So I would say that first come online. After that, you need to follow up very well in offline. So the online actually come first to help you to build your brand awareness, to help you to let China people to know about you, and then after that move to offline to do customer relationship management, and then to let them become your sales to sell for you. Okay. So this is the first part that I think maybe some of the points you already know very well, okay, because I think you all are the professionals in your own industry, so I won't focus that much in that part yet. It's just that when you enter China market, normally there's a lot of things that you might be miss out. And today we are going to share with you what one things that maybe you can focus on. What are the content, or what are the highlights that you need to provide whenever you get into China. Of course, besides that, platform is very important as well. Which platform that you choose, it actually determine how the results of your marketing plans goes, right? So there's a few platforms that I would suggest today. So you could have a look to see that which is your most interested one. Okay, so if you have any questions right now, just a reminder, you can share it in Q&A session, and also that you can send me a chat so that I can have a look and then I can answer right away in the webinar. So if I'm speaking too fast, please let me know as well. Okay, because sometimes when I'm speaking to the screen, I will automatically speak very fast. Okay. And then currently I think everyone's still okay. Is everyone still awake yet? Next one, before we go to the next part that we're going into, so you can see that at the chat session, you have a raise hand button, right? Can every one of you see the raise hand button? So can I check with the attendees today? Does anyone already have Weibo or WeChat? If you have either Weibo or WeChat, can you please raise your hand so that you can let me know? Oh, okay. Okay. I could see. Anyone else? Can you find the raise hand button? Okay. 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 Thank you for everyone respond. I could see that there's actually about 30%. 30% of our attendees today already have Weibo and WeChat. So anyhow, I will still do the platform introduce today to let you know that did you use Weibo or WeChat correctly as well? This is very important because even that, there's a lot of platforms to choose, but maybe you don't know what are the main purpose of these platforms. And thank you for Nurul Huda, Casey, yeah, thank you for the for the encourage. Yes, I actually quite nervous to do the webinar because with all the professionals in front of me, I'm just scared that I'm talking something. But with the platform, I understand it very well, so not to worries. So next, we'll come with the platform to introduce. So firstly, of course, when we talk about the platform to introduce, especially for China market, the first what that we will say is Weibo, WeChat, TikTok, and Xiaohongshu. Okay, so this is the 4 main social media right now in China, which for Weibo and WeChat, I would suggest that it's very suitable for your brand and business to go on to, because this is just now when we keep talking about the long-term effect, Weibo and WeChat is a channel for you to provide a long-term effect for your users and for your potentials. Okay, even for you have personal like Alicia, you have a channel for personal use, but actually you can go to search about, there's a lot of property company or education institution already on Weibo, which they are doing very well. So you can actually have a look why a business should be there. And for Xiaohongshu and TikTok, is actually Xiaohongshu is more like a platform for a female, especially office lady, for China people to search for brands and also products. So those are for female mostly, and TikTok mostly is for young students. So I would say that if let's say that you want to build your own channel, go for Weibo and WeChat for your own business, but you could engage the influencers and also the bloggers in Xiaohongshu and TikTok to help you to promote your brand further. Okay, because in TikTok and Xiaohongshu, there's a lot of influencers from different industry. Even for education and also for property, there's a lot of different influencers on those channels. But if let's say that you want to open a TikTok or Xiaohongshu yourself, I think it will be quite hard for you to maintain, because the TikTok is all about video, short video. So you need to think about the short video every day, and then come up with video. I think it will be so exhausted. And then for me personally, I follow, when I follow a TikTok or I follow a Xiaohongshu, I would like to follow the person, the style that I like, but I won't follow a company. But in Weibo and WeChat, I will, because when I want to do a long-term decision, Weibo and WeChat is very important for me to, to engage with. Okay, so this is why I would think that either whether there are 4 main platforms there, just focus on Weibo and WeChat. That will be very sufficient for this stage. And of course, there's a very special thing for you not to forget is maybe you'll be very curious of why I will put Facebook, Instagram, and Google in this presentation. I'll just speak a little, but I think that one thing not to forget is always our client, when they want to target China market, they always think that a China person are in China. But in fact, there's a lot of more than you think. The number of Chinese people are in your country. Actually, that is quite a big number as well. So if let's say that when you want to target Chinese market, there's not only that you can target the Chinese people in China itself, but you also can target the China people already in your country. So whenever they are in your country, of course, they're still using Weibo and WeChat, but there are still channels that they are using Facebook as well. So whenever you want to target these people, this group of people in Facebook, you must use Mandarin language. This is one thing that is different with you need to use the Facebook, Google, and IG platform, but you need to use it in Mandarin version. So whenever you run some ads, you do some, you want to create some leads, you want to generate some leads for you. When you do the ads for Chinese people in your country, already in your country, you need to do it in a Chinese version, do it in a dark post. This ad won't appear in your newsfeed, but appears in ads into your potentials, so you can generate more leads from there. This is very important as well. This one is another part that I would like to say, because most of the people, they will forget about this part, and also that maybe sometimes they don't know how they can reach this group of people. Actually, with Facebook and IG, you can. It's just that if you use English, they will actually swipe it over very fast. But if you use Mandarin, basically based on our experience, they still can get a lot of Chinese contacts based on Facebook and Google. Okay. And lastly, for properties and education clients, I would suggest that those are the main channels that you will also need to work together with. Let's say that Baidu, there's a Baidu Baike. So whenever they want to check for the brands, or they want to check for your school, or they want to check for your properties, they will always go to Baidu to search it first. And after that, they will also go to those 5 main platforms to search whether you have any news on there, or you have any information on there or not. So it's very important for you to engage with those platforms from time to time, so to make sure that your visibility on China website is not only social media, but in all kind of third-party channels. So it helps you to increase the visibility. Okay. So firstly, we talk about Weibo. Just now we can see that there's more than 20% here already have Weibo or WeChat. So I think I will explain very quickly. But if you need to know more detail, of course, you can come contact with our team in later, and we'll give you a very, very detailed presentation about each platform. But today I'm gonna because it's just a 2-hour webinar, so I will do it in a very quick introduction way, but I can let you to know why you want to use Weibo. What is the main reason it can help you in your business? So in short form, in summary, Weibo is basically Facebook plus Twitter plus IG in China. Okay, so it includes very important form, and the most important keyword of Weibo is it is a public platform. The public means that everyone's normally find the information in this platform. So normally, for example, right, when you look for information in our country, when you want to look for social media, like the latest promotion for this company, you normally go to Facebook. But will you go to WhatsApp or Line for that? I don't think you really will look for that, right? So basically, you will go to Facebook to check on their latest promotions, or any campaigns they are running right now. You are going to Facebook. So it's the same thing. Whenever they want to know a brand, whether they have a latest announcement, they will always go to Weibo. So Weibo is very, very public. So even that in Baidu, when you search for each school, let's say that today I'm Sunway University. Okay, when I want to search for Sunway University, when I go to Baidu and I search for this university, my Weibo will pop out, so that there's one official channel that I can search very easily to get the official information from this platform. Okay, so it is very popular because it's widely used by government, media, celebrities, and corporates to deliver latest news. So basically, you can see that no matter in China, which famous person, government, or even the media, or even the newspaper, the radio, everything that you can find official bodies, even for overseas, like the tourism boards, you know, the hospitals, the universities, everyone is on Weibo, because Weibo is a first official media that you can use to show people that, you know, I am now entering China market, and this is the first home base that I have publicly for you to look for information. So this is very important. Okay. And secondly, for Weibo, currently they have about 600 million of active users. 91% of them is mobile, and average we will spend on Weibo 2 hours per day. So this is why, is because when we talk about Weibo, there's a lot of young people that are using. Yeah, from young, I would say that maybe below 40 years old. So there's still a lot of young people here, right? So yeah, basically the people below 40, because Weibo is actually the first public social media that is very, very popular in China. That's why start from 10 years ago, Weibo already exists. So once they exist, the people from 20s and 30s that time already joined, enrolled in Weibo, and they are still using it until today. So it makes the age group of people using is move until about 40 years old. So if let's say that you want to look for this group of people, and especially when you go onto Weibo, because the users that go Weibo, basically they want to look for latest news and also the updates information in their country or around the world. That's why they are very news tech savvy, and they're also very news kind of engaging. So once that, if let's say that you are also want to target those kind of people, very well educated, office working, have higher purchasing power, they actually on Weibo, and those are the channels that you can target into. Especially if you are not only looking for first tier cities customers. Let's say that normally what I suggest my client is they will always go to first tier city to do marketing. Let's say that they will always go to Guangzhou, Beijing, Shanghai, maybe Chengdu, you know, like Sichuan, those places, to Shenzhen, you know, to run for marketing. But there's still so much more cities that you couldn't target into. Weibo is very good in second, third tier, and fourth tier cities. So if let's say that you are personally going to first tier cities, but you can use Weibo to target second, third, and fourth tier cities of China people. So it actually helps you to cover the whole. So this is very important, because normally, you know, there are some people, they saying that, you know, I already going there personally, I don't need that. Because, you know, once you go to a people and then they say that, okay, I understand a basic of your company or your business or your products already. So can I have, you know, something for me to look into? You can always send them Weibo or WeChat so that they can follow up. Okay, and Weibo is one public one, even that they didn't ask you at the time. When they go back and they search in Baidu, they can search this platform. Okay, so whenever you have an official page, it's just like you have a mini website yourself already for you to interact with Chinese user. You have your own company logo, cover photo. You can, you know, do the post daily. It doesn't have limitations. You can post everything every day, you know, anytime, so that you can update whatever you want anytime. Okay, so this is the thing that you can have a look. So basically, it's a very standard one for China people. They will very get used to this appearance already, so they won't find very hard to use this page. You know, if I want to look for information, if I want to look for the top posts or anything, I just can, I know where to find. It's very friendly user for China users. So that is why what I say, that don't try to educate China people on how to use your website, but instead of that, use the way that they already get used to, so they won't find it very difficult, or they won't use many time to search for the things in your public page. So this you know, speed up the process of you know, they keep in your interest. Okay, and after that, once you have the page, you can do daily content that you can update. Also that you can run ads in Weibo to reach potential users. Like let's say that you can encourage users to provide information to follow and send more details. You know, you can share your ads through images, through videos, through banners. Basically, the idea of the ads is just like Facebook ads. It's totally same. You can do a very specific targeting through here. Let's say that you know that for example, if let's say that you are Starbucks today, if I want to advertise in Weibo, I can directly advertise to coffee bean followers. It's very straightforward in Weibo, because you can, you know, like let's say that currently, let us talk about one celebrity. If let's say that Fish Leong, which is very popular in Malaysia. She already buy a property in Penang, which she shared currently. You can actually push your Penang property to all Fish Leong followers as well in Weibo. So it can actually help you to, like increase the engagement and also really reach the people that want your services. Okay, so let's say that currently you know that there's a lot of parents that they're sending in international school in Malaysia. So we can actually target those people followers to have a look at your ads and know more about you. So it can actually drive people to know more about you. So this is how in Weibo, how we can do it. And also that with videos, we can see that the engagement can go very, very well. And later we'll show you how. So for example, we can see that firstly, this is Bangkok University. Okay, this is how it shows. You can see that besides that, they have an official page here. She also include, like in Guangzhou and also in Yunnan, which is the people that you can contact. Those are the people that you can contact. Also, that it constantly delivers some of the article, like don't study in Canada anymore, so come to like Thailand famous university, or currently how when you walk into the Bangkok University, what can you expect and what can you get. Those are the things that you can deliver from Weibo, and you can do it like constantly from time to time. Secondly, for property, you can see that, like this is the video posts for them. And then you can post articles, like a very detailed information for them to check out all the information. And then you also can do a post with 9 images. Okay. In Weibo, we can share up to 9 images into one post. Okay. So you can put your price there, and then also that you can put your WeChat enquiries account there, so that people can follow up with you. If they want to know more about it, they can just add your WeChat ID. Okay, so those are the things that you can do with the case study. We do have one client which have a very good results currently, which is the report is a property client in Kuala Lumpur. The house that they are selling is basically in the main city in Kuala Lumpur. So you can see that with the videos that they share, they actually do an exact room house tour in their own showroom, like do a video, like now when we get into the main living room, this is what we can see, what is the material that we are using, and how is it, what can you expect in there. It's just a 3-minute video, but we can get a lot of inquiries based on there. And also that you give some certain reasons for them to stay in future, no matter what kind of keywords that they're looking. Like you can see that in this post, right, we put Malaysia as a keyword. So whenever you put Malaysia as a keyword in future, no matter the users search for Malaysia, and then it can actually find all the information there. So this is very useful by keywords. And you can see that the all the inquiries actually quite good. It's like asking how big is the house, and then how much is the management fees, and then also is there international school besides that, how much is the international school. So why we say that education and property is always together, because when there is educational needs, there is property needs. Okay, so basically, if let's say that you are selling property, you can look for some educational institutional around you. You can do promotion together, and it can actually help you to like cross selling for each other. This is very important as well. Okay, and then lastly, we have EcoWorld with us as well. So EcoWorld, whenever they have a page in Weibo, you can see the public with about 1.5 years, they can gain about 80,000 followers right now in Weibo, which I think that the result is very good as well. We can organically get the inquiries from users from time to time. I would say, every week we can get new inquiries. Sometimes even without advertising, we still get inquiries as well. And then also there's a lot of, like main channels, we can find the news on there. So you can see that those are from iPhone, Feng Huang. You can see that here, there's the news. Okay, and then also that whenever you go next, you can see there's another EcoWorld content as well. So these are the content that they work together with the channel. So whenever they go to the channel, right, okay, when I see about this article, okay, when I'm interested, then I will direct them into my Weibo, and then to look into only my account news. So this is how it actually direct the users into. So I would say that it's very effective because in short term, you can do the featured news with those big platforms, you know, to drive the traffic into your account. And then after that, you can do the follow up in your own account. But when you do not have an official account, it's very hard for you to drive them to where you want to drive them to. Just to a WeChat ID, they will feel like, you know, I'm not really comfortable to talk with the salesperson right now. At the very first stage, I still want to look for a lot more information that I want. And I would rather you transfer me to my Weibo or my WeChat to understand more. So whenever I'm getting ready, then I can go to your WeChat to really get ready and then to get in touch with your salesperson to ask more details and promotions that you have. Okay. So this is Weibo. So any questions about Weibo that you want to ask, you may leave the the information, and I will share it. I'll reply your question later. Okay. So this is Weibo. Secondly is WeChat. So just now we said that in Weibo the keyword is public, and what is for WeChat? WeChat is the keyword is private. Okay, WeChat is a private service. It's just like WhatsApp when you are using, or the line, which is not the official account version of line, is your personal line account. WeChat is actually talking more about personal experience and also talk about engagement. So when I want to look for a company promotions, I will go to Weibo, but I won't go to WeChat, because for WeChat, if I want to follow this WeChat account, basically I already know about your brand and I want to know more about your brand. I want all kind of details about your brand. That's why I want to follow your WeChat account. So for WeChat, it is more for your servicing and your professionalism in mini website, but it's not for Weibo. Weibo is for brand building, brand awareness, more for potential. Okay, so I will always say that Weibo is the first stage that you go into that, grab the potential there, and WeChat is how you really close the sales and then, you know, like do the, you know, advanced kind of follow-up. Okay, so of course it is very important because it's the largest social media in China right now. You can't deny it. It is like a daily 1 billion users that are using WeChat. Mostly, no matter which age group that you are targeting in, WeChat have it all, because they have WeChat Pay and they are very convenient. They are immobile, so they are the largest social media in China, which is the biggest one. And then so why we say that, you know, like compared to just now, is a mini platform, is a mini website, mini platform for Weibo, but then for WeChat, for them is much more completed website. It's still mini website, but it's in a more completed version. How is it so? As you can see that right here, when you come into the page in a WeChat, this is a WeChat official account. I think most of you you have WeChat account, but I'm not sure that whether you follow the official account or not. So if let's say that you have been followed into an official account, so here you can see at the bottom here there's a three button, right? So this is the menu. So you can select like 3 main menu to put in. In each menu, you can select up to 5 sub menu to put in. So let's say that if you are a universities, you can put 5 of your top programs here. Okay. And then if you, let's say that you are property, you can put your projects here, you know, in 5. So it's very easy for all China users to look for, because there's only like 3 main tab and 15 sub tab for them to select. So they know where to find and how to find the things. And the things won't be too bulky for them, because it's very easy for them to check it out. So this is why we say that for this mini website is very, very complete. And for every link that you want to bring them to, you know, even I want to bring them to a form to leave their information for me, or if I want to lead them to my official website, if you have it, if you want to lead them to download my brochures, you can put it here. It is just like a very complete mini website. Okay, so besides that, also you can do advertising. Okay, you can do it in moments. Okay, so moments is very important, because for WeChat is mostly to engage. For a user to use WeChat is to engage with the friends and family. So they do have a moments, is like a news feed, but the news feed is only between the friends circle only. So you can also advertise in this platform, so to reach them. But then to be take note at, property could not make any advertisement in WeChat right now. So if let's say that you want, for a property client, if you want to do WeChat, you only can do a mini website that you see in the left hand side, and then to update your content, to do a weekly newsletter, but you cannot do in the middle one. But for education, for universities, for international school, you can do the advertising. Okay, so let's say that if you are a property, let's say, if you work together with the international school, you can always use international schools, to run the advertisement. And when they get the prospect, you can share the prospect together and share the relevant information together. Okay, but for property, it is quite impossible to run advertisement. And also, if let's say that you already have WeChat, why is it very popular? Because you can develop a lot of mini programs. A mini program is like a mini app. Okay, because in Southeast Asia, normally when we want to book air tickets, we download the app, AirAsia app. Okay, when we want to book a movie ticket, we download a theater app. When we want to like play a game, we download the app. But in China, it doesn't work that way. They always develop a mini program which you don't need to download any app. You can just open it to WeChat. It is very convenient. Okay, so if you want to do this kind of mini program, you can actually plug it with your WeChat official account as well. Okay, so what can the mini program do? It can do much more thing, like you can do for property, maybe you can do a VR to let people show your property, in just the mini program. Or they can select different tests just to test which kind of property most suitable for you. For education, you can let them check about each programs that you want to enter, and what is the things that you need whenever you enter the program and everything. So those are the mini program, what they can do. It's actually very powerful. It's a mini app that you can do everything there, but it's quite costly to develop the mini program, of course. But once you do it, it gives you a much more practical function for that. Okay, so when you have a official account, is basically serve as a standard mini website for users to check for detailed information and get weekly update. So how can you promote Weibo? Is by ads. But how can you promote WeChat official account? Is by the people and prospect that you know. So basically, we will suggest WeChat is you already have a customer base that together with you. Let's say that you have been in this market, China market, for 1 or 2 years, and now you already have a customer base. Let's say that I already have 5,000 customer base in my base here, and I want them to follow my WeChat official account. Then you can send a like email or maybe a text message for them in mobile, so that they can follow your WeChat account. But otherwise, it's very hard for users to automatically come to follow you organically, because this is not the way that they use for WeChat official account. So basically, when you want to apply for official account, you need to make sure that your brand is already very well known in your own group, or maybe you already have a base that you can ask them to follow you. So this is very important. So once the user follow you, only that you can get the detailed information and also the weekly update. Okay, and here you can see that for all the hotel, like just now we can see in Weibo or now in WeChat, right? There's always a tick besides the company. This is what we call official. Official is very important. Just to this one is just a very important reminder as well. When you want to get into China platform, no matter it's Weibo, WeChat, Baidu, TikTok, or even Xiaohongshu, remember, if you go on as a business, you must apply for official. This is very important because we do have a lot of clients before they face a difficulty. Is like, I engage an agent in China to promote my brand and services for me, and the agent will use their name to open a Weibo or WeChat. But at the end of the day, they will post a lot of irrelevant content in the account, and the account is eventually get a lot of complaints, a lot of bad reviews, and then after that, the bad things go back to the client itself, and it is very troublesome. But after you have to apply the official, right, whenever you see the account with the V or a tick, that means that this account is officially from the company. So it actually gives a very reliable image and also trustable image to the China users. So currently for China users, that is already a very norm that they will only trust the account with the V. Okay, so this is why that whenever you go onto one social media, you must apply for the official first. This is very, very important. No matter for Weibo and WeChat, once you apply for the official, no matter what advertisement that you run or what content that you deliver, when they see that you are official, they will believe it's from the company itself and not from agent. Okay, this is how you can differentiate yourself and the agent as well. If there's any conflict that happened with you and the agent, you can always tell the students or tell the buyers to follow my official to get the update information and can get a direct communication with me about all the confusion that the customer have. So this is help you to protect your branding very well, and you can let people know that only us are the official, even that we have the agent, but if you have any confusion or if you have any complaints to do, come to official and we can help you to settle it. This is a confidence that you provide to your customers. Okay. So of course in WeChat, you can run ads in Moments ads, but only for education. So here I will share some sample to you. Let's say that if you have WeChat, you can actually screenshot this page first. Then after that, you can just scan the QR code of this tree, and you can see the sample of the ads. Okay, basically those are the ads that running very well in WeChat. Okay, even though you see that it's very simple, but no matter if they want to get the leads, or they want to go into the mini program, or they want to show the video, it actually gives a very, very good conversion. So for all the education clients, but sorry, for property clients, you are not allowed to advertise right now. So only for education, you can scan, you can actually directly scan on the QR code, or you can screenshot this page. So later on you can just scan onto the QR code and then to look for the information. Okay, so I'll give you 5 seconds to do the screenshot. Okay, so I think everyone done it already. Okay, so there's a few questions coming in. So I will reply after I finish the WeChat part. Okay. So next, let's see for case study. So we do have a case study like for the advertising in WeChat. We did it recently for Monash University, Malaysia. This is a kind of a lead form that you can do in WeChat. Okay, so you just see it on Moments, and then after that you click on the ads, you go to the lead form like that, and then at the end of the lead form you can fill in your information like your name, your WeChat ID, your phone number, so that for the team to follow up with you. So that there's a lot of inquiries that you can get as well, to know more about this school. So basically this is how Monash University ads that they can did, and based on the results that we can see, that is if you want to get more than 100 leads within a month or 2 weeks, that's definitely not a problem. So this one for school, I think, is quite an encouraging data that we can share, because if you select the right targeting, if you go to the right people, definitely you can get the results that you want. Okay. And this is like Clinique. This is a brand, is a beauty brand. So you can actually see is the left hand side is the ads that you can see. Then after that you can click into the landing page, and then to register yourself as well. So this is how for education you can always run, is like I show you a very simple ads at the left, and after that when you click on either one of the image, it will go to the right hand side to see the very, very nice landing page, and then it actually helps you to create leads and information. Okay, so before I go to TikTok and Xiaohongshu, let me answer the questions that we have. Firstly, from Nurul, just wonder on how to apply the official account. Yeah, you asked a very good question. So you can actually apply the official account through us. Basically, to apply the official account, you need to apply. You need to get us a lot of documents, including like the business SSM, and then maybe your director name card, and then also that some of very detailed information about your company. This is to make sure that every business that comes to apply is from the company itself. So if let's say that you are interested in to apply the Weibo or WeChat official account, you can, after this webinar, I think we will share with you our team's email, and then you can contact them to say that which official account I want to apply, whether it's Weibo official account or WeChat official account. So we will share you the document list that we needed. Then you can have a better idea to prepare us the documents to apply for the official. Okay. Okay, so we can see, okay, now we have Q&A, so let me answer some of it first. Okay, firstly, for Chinese target market, what is the main key factor in choosing university for further study? Because certain university, they have a lot of number of Chinese students, but certain zero. Okay, the one very first important part I would say is QS. Okay, I'm not sure that whether you have taken into this as a kind of consideration or not, because in China there's actually a school list that for China government which school that they approve, especially for universities. So let's say that if you are a university, you need to be on that list first. This is a very important thing. Then after that, the one very important thing, of course, is the QS ranking lah. So the higher ranking that you have, the easier students that you can get. This is one thing. But secondly, of course, is the whole environment that you are providing. Okay, so besides, let's say that in QS, your number is not that good, then it's based on the environment and also the teacher that you have. So it's like the whole package they're giving. So let's say that if you have the QS, of course, you have the first thing that you can promote to them. But let's say that you are not promoting the QS for your school, then you need to think of another USP that you have for your school. You know, so, and of course, at the very first stage, I would still suggest for the education, we said that online is very important, but of course, to join the fairs, you know, to get in touch with the students is very, very important as well. It's only that for this part of the time, it's very hard for you to go to China, you know, like personally, to reach the student personally, because when you reach with those agents, the question that they ask is the main thing that they are looking for. So I would say that the ranking is very important, the environment is very important, and the teacher that you have is very important. So those are the content that is very important. Of course, the easy accessible is very important as well, because when a China students come here, they have the marks that they have, right? So you also need to determine whether with these marks, they are able to come into your school or not. So you need to set a standard for your school, what program that you want to promote, and to which part of the students that you want to promote. If let's say that you do not have a very strict control on the marks that the student have right now, you can actually target to the second or third tier cities. You know, so for each different school, basically they have different strategies. So if you want to understand, let us know more about your school, and we can give you a more specific strategy that we recommend to you. I hope you I reply your question, Ya Yifeng. We have many challenges to advertise fallen real estate on WeChat, Weibo, QQ, and TikTok. Can you let us know how can we do paid advertising in order to generate leads on these platforms? Sharaf, I think, yes, that's correct. You will face a lot of difficulties if you want to promote on WeChat and QQ or TikTok, but then to advertise in Weibo, there's definitely not a problem. Okay, so if let's say that you are interested in advertising in Weibo, or maybe your ads get rejected a lot by Weibo, you can come to talk with our team, because our team have been helping a lot of property clients to run their ads on Weibo, and actually running quite well as well. So if you want to run ads on Weibo, we can help you. So just come to keep in touch with our team, and you know, we will help you on that. So okay, LM, in the WeChat, can you change the 5 listing on the right from time to time? Yes, you can see just now there's a 3 main menu and 5 sub menu, right? You can change the listing from time to time. Anytime you want to change, you can change it, because once you have the platform, you apply the official for your platform, right? It is all yours. So means that this one is, you know, no need to vary it. Okay. So Nurul already reply you for apply the official account. Okay. And next, LM, when we apply for an official WeChat account, must it be done through an authorized company? Yes, basically, it need to go through an authorized company, but you need to make sure that you find a genuine agency, because when you apply for this WeChat official account, right, you need to get the official account is the details are all with your company, means that they must use your company information to apply for the WeChat official account, so you will have the whole ownership of the WeChat official account. But don't use the agency company information to apply for that. This is the most important part to remember. Yeah, no matter apply for Weibo and WeChat account for all the attendees today, please remember to use your own company information to apply for official account, because then you will have the full ownership of the account. If let's say that you use the agency information, it's much easier, but then at the end of the day, the accounts not belong to you. This is very dangerous. So must remember that, yeah? Okay, look for an agency that use your company information, your company details to apply for official account. Even they apply for you, but at the end of the day, the ownership of the account fully comes to your company. Okay, so of course, when you ask about the application is done through your company, must the annual renewal be done through us? No need. So it's only that the first time application need to done by us, but after that you can actually do the yearly renewal yourself. Okay. Okay, so Sharaf, do we need a Chinese trade license to apply? No. For Weibo and WeChat, you can actually use your, let's say that you are in Thailand or you are in Indonesia, if you're in Malaysia, you just use your current country business license to apply. Then you can get the official already. No need to get a China company, not to worry, okay? So yes, if let's say that there's any team, any customers that would like to meet with us personally, then of course we can set up a meeting. Then we can discuss like very personally. So if let's say that after this webinar, if you want to know more about our company and also the service that we can provide or anything, we can always do a appointment with our team. Our team are very welcome to meet up with you guys. Okay. So I hope I answer for this round question. Of course, if you still have any questions, just feel free to pop up later. Okay. So this is the main two part that I would suggest. Let's say that if you want to have your own digital assets in China, of course, Weibo and WeChat is very important. But secondly, we can do some certain thing. If let's say that you're not ready to go for a very long-term promotions, you can actually do it via TikTok or Xiaohongshu. Okay, in Chinese, we have one word we call plant grass. Plant grass is like especially for those brand and services that you need a very long time consideration and go through a very big cycle. We suggest that you can do planting grass in all different platforms via influencers or via news platform. You can do a lot of plant grass, because once you plant grass, no matter which platform that I go, I can always look for your information. I can always look at the reviews and the content that other people share about you. It's not only me officially saying that I'm good, but I also can let others people share about me. So the third party sharing is very very important as well, because it actually help your business to or your brand to move further. So if let's say that you are going to TikTok and Xiaohongshu, I don't think in the first stage that you need to, open an account yourself, go through all the, like the content creation, to think the idea, to create the video yourself. I think for first stage, really no need to do that. Okay, just focus in one or two platform. But other platforms use the influencers there, to help you to promote the brand further and drive the people that are interested to back to your Weibo and WeChat. Okay, so this is the whole roadmap that we are working in. So of course you can market via news service as well. News service is like just now I said that more than 85% of the China users, like in Malaysia or in Southeast Asia, when we want to look for things to eat, or maybe you want to look to know more about a brand, we always go to Google, right? So in China there are quite a lot of people, they also going to Baidu as well. So once they search Baidu, let's say that today I am Monash University. When I search for Baidu, I search for Monash. There's few things that I can search for. Let's say that if I have Weibo, I will search Weibo first. Secondly, I will search, what I can find is those big platforms, the big traffic website, the content they write about me. So that is very important that you have certain featured news in those platforms, because it makes people appears. Like let's say that if I search for Monash University, when the article that some big platforms mention about me coming out, it feels like it's more reputable. And when there's more different articles talking about you, it gives the users more confidence. Like it has been so long time in the market, and then it is very important because you push the content, the featured content that you want them to see, like the top 5 reasons to study in my university. Okay, the top 5 reasons to when you select about a Malaysia property, why is it me? So when with this kind of title, you will actually drive the right people into knowing about you, and then also when they search about these keywords, they can find your article. Okay, and also that whenever you have you have some featured news on China main platforms, that means that with these websites, they have higher priority. So besides that, you having your own Weibo, also that those kind of article, if you go into a very higher ranking, means that in the first page, they can all find about your featured news. So the more featured news that you have, the more information you can make them to find about you. So this is, it actually can help about your Baidu SEO, so that it can actually help easier for people to search about your content. It is also the fastest way for China users to obtain information online. If let's say that they don't know about your property company, or they don't know about your university, or they don't know about your international school at first, besides that, go to your Weibo, they will always go to other websites to check about you first, the introduction about your school or your property. So if they can find certain news there, it actually gives them more confidence. So this is the short-term marketing that we suggest from time to time. You need to do it as well. Okay, so lastly, I would think that to market via Facebook and IG is very important. Target the Chinese users already in your own country. Because normally, if let's say that there's a China people in Indonesia, there's a China people in Thailand, of course, their friends and family, some of their friends and family are interested to come to Thailand as well, to come to your country as well. So if let's say that they are not using they are not using Weibo and WeChat right now, why not target them via Facebook and IG, so you still can reach them? Because for a property especially, if you want to target via WeChat, is not possible, but Facebook is possible. Okay, it's only the matter that you need to think is for all the content, you need to write it in Mandarin. This is very important. Don't write it in English, and of course, please don't do it with Google Translate. I have a lot of clients, they do a very nice English copywriting, or in copywriting in Malay, in Thai, and after that they put it into Google Translate and translate into Mandarin, and then they advertise directly. And I tell you, that is a disaster, because even I look at the ads, I don't know what is it talking about. So remember, since you have a very good products and brands to promote, just pay a little bit. Okay, hire a Chinese copywriter to write the copyright for you, for you to advertise for a long time. It won't spend you a lot, but it actually help you to get the market that you want. So to look for a simple Chinese copywriter is very important, especially when you want to do it in Facebook and IG. But of course, I know that some of the clients, you will worry that my page is always in English or in Thai. Is it very weird if I suddenly post a Chinese post or Mandarin post? So this is the way that you can advise with your advertising agency, or you can come to us as well, which you can advertise via the dark post. The dark post means that whenever I go to your page, I couldn't see that post, but if I am your targeted users, I can see the post. So this is very easy thing to target, to put in Facebook to reach the people, but it won't affect the whole appearance of your page. And you can reach the China people in the country that you want. So this is also one of the way, especially if you want to target the people in Taiwan or the people in Hong Kong as well. So you need to use traditional Chinese, and then you can also use it at a dark post in your post, and then you can target to the people in that country as well. So Facebook is very useful for the users in Taiwan and Hong Kong. So don't forget about the big market we are talking about. Besides China itself, we still have Hong Kong and Taiwan. And if you look for Hong Kong buyers, then you need to write it in Cantonese. If you need to target to the people in Taiwan, you need to write it in a traditional Chinese. So there's a lot of different things in Mandarin for a little part, but if you need the copywriting, we can help you to do it too. So no worries, if you need those, you can always come to look for us, okay? So lastly, we do have influencers. If let's say that you are always looking for influencers to, to help you to shoot Mandarin kind of videos, to help you to share, your school environment, and also that your property highlights and everything, but you do not know what kind of content you are looking, and you really need some third party to help you to promote your brand and services to China audience or Chinese audience in your country. We actually do have our own influencers called CUG. So CUG is like a KOL in Southeast Asia, to talk for Southeast Asia, to deliver your posts for your brand and services to attract Chinese crowd via Weibo, WeChat, and also Facebook and YouTube. So it actually helps to target four markets at the same time. So basically what we do is we help you to create a video. This video is we are going to promote your property or your university in a third party angle way, to let people know that, why I need to select this school, or why I need to select this property. What is the main reason? We will actually speak it in a third party way. It's like a recommended video for people. And then also that we can help you to target the people from Malaysia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, and China. So those are the Chinese that have a big number of Chinese audience, and you can deliver promotion of your brand to audience. Okay, so currently for our COG, because it's a very big channel that we have been managed for about 2 years, so basically we have a total more than 500,000 of followers in these platforms. Of course, many of our followers are all from China, but if let's say that you want to target the people in Taiwan and Hong Kong, these channels can actually help you as well. If you do not plan to do it yourself, you can always come with us, and we use our third-party channel to help you to promote your brands and services. But for this one, if you need it, then you can come to talk with us personally, and we can actually share with you the ideas that we can do for you. So here is some of the case study, but of course this case study is with a hotel that we did before, is Venabel in Koh Samui. So what we do is we actually help them to shoot a video. Okay, the video with a very nice nice environment and everything. So after that, we actually help them to post it in Weibo and also Facebook. So you can see basically, and two of the platform, it also gain a very big numbers of responses, because those are using a third party to share. It's more like recommendation, and also it's not that hard sell. It's like included a lot of interesting information, just to like fill in the client information there. So it actually encourage more share to help you to deliver further to more potentials. So those are the things that we can help you to do as well, if you are looking for short term, or you want to do it one shot, or if you want to do it in a video form but you don't know what to do. Okay, so basically those are the things that we can did. So until here, I think I have basically introduced all the channels that we have. So I'm going to get into summary part. So before that, maybe if you have any questions, feel free to share it in chat or in Q&A for me, because after I go into summary, then I will go back again to Q&A, answer all of your questions. And if you need to know more, then you can actually come to us again. Okay, so just one quick question. Am I speaking too fast, or do you understand the content that I'm sharing today? So if you think that is useful for you, can you please like raise your hand to let me know if you think that is useful. Allow me to drink some water. Okay, thank you so much. If most of you, like think it's useful, this is what I really hope for. I really hope as an agency, we are not only, like just to, pushing the platforms to you, but I also hope that with those sharings that we are doing, we really help you to use the right platform to reach the right audience. And this is what marketing really matters for. If let's say that you have been experienced some bad experience before, whenever you go to Weibo or WeChat, you doesn't really reach the results that you meet before, do feel free to share your experience with us as well, and we'll let you know how that we can define or refine your marketing strategy to China or Chinese market. This is very important, because I I think this is what we can help, because I think whenever you face some problem, maybe sometimes it's not problem about the platform, it's about the strategy or things that we use too. So these are the whenever you share with us your experience or your story, we can know how we can help you better. So this is what I hope that we can give you lah. Okay, thank you, Nurul. Thank you. And then, so now let me go to the summary part. Okay, so the summary part is the key points for Chinese market in 2021. So if you're really thinking to get into the China market, those are the things that you really can start to focus on. The first one I would say is time to focus on digital, because Chinese are all online now. This I keep mentioning this because if let's say that you are going, I think not only China, but I think the whole worldwide is the same thing. It's time to focus on digital, because if you want to get a long-term benefits, of course there's no one channel is better than digital. It's only that you need to know how much budget you're going to spend. And the good news is when you go to a digital, even that sometimes you think it's costly, but I think the cost is just like 1 or 2 trips that you make to China. That is the cost that you know you are sufficient for the whole year marketing to do digital in China. And it can give you 12 months of, you know, like the data collection and also the leads collection. So I think it's very rewarding if let's say that you go to the digital. Secondly, have your own digital assets. This is very important, because whenever just now we talk about property or education have a very long buying cycle, it's very hard for you just to do a short-term marketing and get a very rewarding results. So to have your own house, own China home in those China assets is very important, because no matter where they look at your information, whether they go to Baidu or they go to TikTok or they go to Xiaohongshu or they go to Weibo and WeChat, you will drive them eventually back to your own assets to create your own community there. And this community is very important, because only this community can provide you a long-term rewarding. Okay, so this is very important. You can select on Weibo or WeChat, but if you're not sure that Weibo is the platform or you want to go, or WeChat is the platform that you want to go, you can always come to talk to our team. Our team will advise you which platform is more suitable to you and what kind of content. This is very important. What kind of content is your business or your property or your university or your school should need to use to drive the attention of Chinese market? This is what we can help you as well. Okay, third one, innovation and expand well. Share your market intelligence. This is certain things that I think for China market, this is very important to do as well. Let's say that in Malaysia, what is the current property markets is doing? This is very important for you to share on Weibo or WeChat, because the more you share, the more professional that you show to China people. And for education, is the same thing as well. What is the latest policy for overseas students? You know, what is the latest things to take note whenever you want to move to Malaysia? What is the important parts that you need to be considered? You know, for the education, what kind of education that you are providing for them? What are they expected to get when they come here to study? Those are the market intelligence, and also the content that you need to share via Weibo to let them know that you are not just doing business, but you are actually sharing them your professionality. And once they believe you, they can, you know, like really engage with you. Because for property and education is about life decision. It's about the, you know, the school that my kids are going to study, and also, you know, after I buy the property, I'm going to stay here for about 10 years. So it's very important decision. So share them more information about the market, about your business, about your brand, about your products, so that they can believe you more. Okay, so this is not one thing that just one kind of advertising can do it, but you know, you can do it in a constantly, and you can build the trust with the people. Visibility, you can increase your visibility. Let's say that you still do not have Weibo or WeChat, or you already have it, but you need a third-party visibility. You can do it with the news platform, and then you can do it with Baidu as well. Okay, create Mandarin content to cater to the market. Okay, always if you have a Mandarin team in your team, that is great. Use their expertise, use the Mandarin content. But again, not Google Translate, because Google Translate is a very big trouble. You know, once you are online, everything has been screenshot, is forever there. So do it wisely, spare a little money, do a very nice Mandarin copywriting, use that to attract people. Okay, if you can't do a nice Mandarin content, how that you can convince them that I can give you actually a very professional services whenever you are here, right? So this is the very first step that know about you. So make it as professional as you are. Okay, so get testimonial and build trust. If you already have your current customers with you, always don't feel shy to get some testimonials from them. And these testimonials, you can share it across social media, and then you can also like share it through the channels in China, so more people know about it. So if let's say that you already have Chinese students and they are really happy with you, you can actually ask them to share about some of their experience and why they think that it's good to select you. Or if you have some Chinese property buyers, ask them like what they feel about you, and then use the testimonial to do a lot of marketing in China. It is really, really useful as well. Okay, and for now, I would say that for 2021, you still have 1 or 2 months to make preparations. Okay, you still can like think about the whole marketing strategy and everything. But now, if I'm really really want to get to close the sales and everything, first thing I would say that for now you can actually start to create Mandarin posts or Facebook ads, okay, for the people in your country. So this one might be a very short term and give you a very quick feedback on your part, okay. And secondly, develop Chinese videos for China market and branding purposes. So maybe from my side, I will share some of the videos that we have produced for our clients in property and also in education. Okay, so that maybe you can know that what kind of video that the China people are looking for. So anyone that want the video, can you just raise your hand for me to like do a screenshot, so after that maybe we can share it across. Okay, so I'll have my team to screenshot for you, for us, and then after that we will share across the video links to you. So including the brand videos and also the lifestyle of videos that we are looking for. So please still keep raising your hand, right? Okay, and our team will do a screenshot. Then after that we will send it over to you. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, please don't lower down your hand first, yeah? Okay, so the videos and also the PPT, we will actually share it later on as well. So it's easier for you to, like to get the details here today. Okay, but of course, we will also share, basically we'll share the YouTube videos because we will upload this presentation into our YouTube. And then after that, you can review it if you want it, okay? And yeah, so if there is any email that you worry that we do not have, or maybe you have other emails that you want to share, maybe you can also share the email address in chat or in Q&A, so that my team can actually drop down your email address. Because if let's say that the email address that you use in to register the Zoom is the correct one, then it's okay. But if you have another email that you would like us to share it to, you may now share it in the chat, so that we can actually share it to you. So we have our team to actually save the content, the contact of everyone, so that we can actually share it to you. Okay, so I see few people that leave the email for us. Okay, so like just now when we say that already introduced the platform and everything, so what we can help you to do, this is a very important part as well. What can we help you to do? So first, we can help you to apply for official account, so no need to worry. No matter like for the Weibo and WeChat, I can always do like help you to do the account verification and do the official, and then to do the account setup as well. Means that whenever you get the account, is all ready to go. Okay. Secondly, we'll have the account content management for you. Let's say that you already have the account, but you don't know that what I need to write every day, and you don't know that how I need to engage with the China audience and how can I respond to them. You can actually come to us. We will actually provide a dedicated promotion manager and editor for you, so that we will help you to think the content every day. Okay, help you to translate your current Facebook content into Weibo or WeChat page, and then also that we'll think about the title or the content that really interested China audience. Then they will search in China social media platforms to drive the traffic from the public to your account. So those are the things that we can provide to you. And then also that whenever there's inquiries coming up from the users, we will help you to reply everything as well. We will have one dedicated editor to manage the account for you. So you don't need to worry. Anything that you need to update, you just need to send to our person in charge, and then we will help you to do all the follow-up. Okay, of course, we will send you the monthly reporting and what that you can do for the next step. Let's say that if you work with us for 6 months, then after that, every month we will share with you what is the things that you need to do for the next month, and then what is the highlight period for now. Let's say that currently is the time for after the exam, and everyone is looking for universities right now, or everyone is looking for international schools right now. It's a time for you to advertise. We will suggest you when is the best time as well. We also did advertising campaign, let's say from the creative to the advertising campaign. When is the best time to advertise? What is the material that you need to use? What is the copywriting that you need to use? Everything we can actually provide you as well. So basically include the copywriting, the image design, everything we actually included also. So you just need to let us know what is your objective, what is the results that you want to get, and then what kind of content, what kind of material that you can provide to us, and we can give you the thing, we can give you the content. Lastly is the video shoot. Okay, so let's say that if you need the Mandarin video really for Chinese market, no matter for Taiwan, for Hong Kong, for local Chinese market, or for China market, we can always provide you the video shoot from the idea creation, video script, until shooting, and a very China style of voiceover. We also have provided as well. So those are the services that we have. Of course, we have still a lot of services. So if you need anything, but you're not sure that whether our team have provided, you can always come to our sales team, and our team will actually assist you on that. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for the info, very helpful. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, what kind of documents from LML, what kind of documents we should ask for to verify that the agent is authorized to handle Weibo or WeChat official account opening? Yeah, okay, normally when you are looking for is the official Weibo or WeChat agency, right? Their name will be, our name will actually be listed on the Weibo and WeChat official page. So you can actually find it from the list of when you go to Weibo, there's a page, or WeChat, there's a page that listed all the official agencies that can help you to do the official account. So you can just ask them for the link, and then they will provide you the link, and then you can find their company information there. Okay. Okay, so secondly, Yifeng, 连续包年微博 is that the one different as compared the official? Yes, correct. This one is for the 180 renminbi per year. That one is actually for the member features. Let's say that there's some of the features in Weibo that is actually chargeable. Like if you want to change the name more than once in a year, like let's say that you want to edit the post, it's not available if let's say that you are not buying the member features. So even that you are official, you are not able to enjoy those facilities or that things. So this one is the 180 renminbi is the additional payment that you need to pay just to join the member, and you can enjoy the additional functions in Weibo. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for Pei Ling, Sharaf. Thank you so much for all of your time. Thank you again for Nurul. And then I hope that thank you again for all of your time today. And then let's keep in touch. And if you have any question, if you want to like to ask personally, like specifically about your brand and everything, so you can always come to me.